Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. Ooh, bug. It is Sunday today and I thought I'm going to start doing some weekly vlogs because I have been asked what I'm planting, when I'm planting it, and I find it so hard because I sort of plant things every day. I'm popping seeds in here, planting plants here, making cuttings nearly every day. So I thought if I do this weekly vlog, diary, I don't know what it's called, I don't know what it's going to look like, but we're just going to wing it and see what happens, and follow me throughout the week from Sunday to Sunday, basically, Sunday to Saturday, and see what I get up to, see what I plant, because I think that'll be really interesting. It'll get a sort of weekly account of what's growing in my garden, what I'm planting in my garden, when I'm planting it, and any maintenance things that I'm doing. I'll also share a little bit more behind the scenes of what else I do. So today, this afternoon, I have just finished shooting photos for a company, a brand that I work with. So I've just finished up that. I also write blogs. So these photos are just going to go accompany this blog that I have written. I've also just filmed a reel for my pickled red onion recipe, which is on one of my previous videos, and I also put the recipe up on my blog as well, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do that. It's so nice just being outside in this temperature. This is my favourite time in the garden. This is when I do all my photos because the light is amazing. It sits behind me here, and I don't know, it's just my favourite time of the day because it's nice and cool. I also water my plants around this time of day if I haven't watered them in the morning, to help them soak overnight and get all of that moisture. And especially at the moment, it's so hot that I'm sort of watering some of my gardens in the morning and in the evening just to try and keep things alive, because it is a struggle. This is such a hot summer, I cannot believe it. But it is already 20 to 7 and I haven't made dinner, so I've got to go make dinner and get some lunches prepped for the week. And Halen just walked in, and it's also so hard talking to the camera when he's here peeping. But tomorrow is Monday and start of a new week. Who knows what we're going to do, what we're going to plant, but we're going to plant something. I have just finished up filming 2 more YouTube videos, so, well, the basis of those. So again, I like to film in the afternoons. It's 7 o'clock and now I'm going to go and load all of those images and videos onto my computer. And I've already sort of prepped dinner. I've made sushi rice, so that's in the fridge ready to go. All I have to do is chop up a few veggies and make some sushi, so at least dinner won't take me too long. But I'm hungry and it's so hot. But we got this. Okay, so it's so hot at the moment. We're hitting 39s, and so there's not a lot of bees around. So I'm just out here checking if I have any watermelons that need to be pollinated with my trusty paintbrush. And we have one. So this is the female watermelon. It's got the little baby watermelon looking ovary, and then these ones here without that are the male. So then all I do is get some pollen from this, and we put them here just to try and make sure I'm going to get some watermelons. Also, we've got the zucchini here and more watermelon. So over here we've got another watermelon. It's pretty much the only thing that's growing at the moment is watermelons and pumpkins and zucchini. Also got some basil. I put some sweet potato cuttings in here, lettuce, another sweet potato, zucchini. So I just come out and check the flowers and see if there's any female ones that I can pollinate. Oh, look at this one here. I've got a zucchini in there. And this, I'm not really sure. I can't remember what I planted. It's either a bottle gourd or some sort of gourd. Like maybe, it does kind of look like a bottle gourd. So I'm also checking these to see if I've got any female flowers, because these ones are all the male flowers. This one here is a female because it's got this long fruit thing on it compared to the ones here that don't, but looks like it's being all smashed up by the wind against the zucchini. At least the basil was loving life. So last week I planted a few butternut pumpkin seeds from seeds that I'd saved, and they've popped up. So there's one here and a couple here. It might be a little bit too late in the season for planting these pumpkin seeds, but butternut pumpkins do grow quite fast, and hopefully I'll get at least a few. And so they're just going to ramble along here. I might even get them to go up the mulberry tree and use my trees as stakes, like this tomato has over here. Look, this little wild tomato, it's a compost volunteer, is using my guava tree as a stake. Good morning. Today I have good morning, Doogie. Hello. Today I'm going to be putting together some of my plants here for sale. So some of these are mulberries that I've taken from cuttings, and I'll link the video to where I did those sometime last year. I took cuttings from my mulberry tree, which I grew from a cutting, only like a 30cm stick, which is now a huge tree, and I've been taking cuttings regularly, and I'm going to be selling my first lot of those. I feel like I should have sold these a long time ago, but I've been holding on to them. I don't like getting rid of plants. I want more plants, not less plants, but I don't need 8 mulberry trees. So I'm going to get those ready, make sure that they are looking good, which they are, and take some photos of them and list them on Marketplace for sale. And I also have some sweet potato cuttings that I took and I popped them in water to send off roots, so I know they have roots. They've been in little pots for a couple of weeks now as well, so that they're all settled, ready to go. And those are the purple sweet potato with the purple outside, purple inside, which are a little bit harder to find. So hopefully those will sell easily, and I can make a little bit of income from my garden, because that is one of my goals, is to have my garden earn its keep, which is another part of creating a sustainable garden, is that it, you know, feeds itself, looks after itself, and I can get some income to buy more plants, because I need more plants. Alright, so I've got my mulberries. I've got one really big one, and then I've got a range of different sizes. I've also got a strawberry guava that I grew from seed, but I'm not sure if I'm going to sell that because it's growing really quickly, so I might just repot it and get it to be a little bit bigger so I can sell it for a little bit more. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, can we just take a minute for the chicory flowers? What? The actual. Alright, so I'm going to pop these up on Marketplace either this afternoon or tomorrow, and then I will let you know how much I make from these cuttings, which will be basically 100% profit, because I grew the original tree from a gifted cutting, and now I have all these plants and I can continuously make more. This is the white mulberry, so they're a little bit more unusual. And if you do want to learn more about cuttings, I do have an ebook that I will pop the link below, and that has a whole bunch of different cuttings that you can make from things that you grow in your garden, and that includes the mulberry. So check that out if you're interested in finding out a little bit more tips and tricks on making cuttings from things that you're growing in the garden. And check back next Sunday, because I will do another sort of vlog video during the week, and I will include any of the sales that I make and how much I make in total next week for these plants that I list. So that will be interesting. I haven't really sold many plants from my garden. I just usually give them all away, which is good. I still like giving things away. I love gifting cuttings and gifting plants to people, especially people that are just getting into gardening, because it really helps inspire them and it's exciting. And I love receiving cuttings as well. So I'm still doing that, but I thought I may as well start selling a few plants here and there. And also I've only bought one plant this week, so I feel like that's doing well. And I bought a goji berry. So what I think I'm going to do with this is plant this out the front in my front raised gardens. I'm thinking about putting a lot more perennial plants in, because it's so hot out there. And so to plant annuals with little tiny roots and they have to try and establish quickly to try and survive this summer heat. It's been really hard and it's been quite a bit of a struggle, and I have for a small property, I do have quite a few gardens, so I want to establish a lot more perennial plants that will give me a consistent base of food throughout the year, and then the annuals will just be like the cream on top, and I'll pop those probably more so in these pallet planter gardens. I'll do more annuals in that. Yeah, try and get a lot more perennials going in the garden so that I always have this consistent food source. Also, update on the apple seeds. Look at them go. When I cut the apple open, I could see that they were trying to sprout, so I was like, I might as well plant these. And I had them in here under my grow light, so they have probably also accelerated growth because of that. So now they've got little leaves. I'm going to pop them in the sunlight. And here I planted some Malabar spinach. So this is a climbing spinach. It's not a tomato, just recycling my pots. So apples grown from seed will be quite different to the actual apple that you took them from because of you have no idea what they've been pollinated with, but they wanted to grow, so I'm not going to stop them. I'm going to let these grow and we'll just see what happens. Apples grown from seed will take a long time to fruit, but time is going to pass anyway, so we may as well give it a crack.